In this video, I have a very important thing about Bitcoin to share with you. The current Bitcoin seems to getting weaker and weaker and the rise is very weak. And at the same time, I'm concerned about this descending channel because it begins a breakout. What's more, what does it mean that Bitcoin dominance has dropped to around 40%? At the same time, I will also talk about the fact that it is difficult for SPX to reach resistance to rise. So I will bring you a very detailed technical analysis of Bitcoin and share my trading plan so as to help you know what's going on in the market. Let's take a look at the 4-hour time frame of Bitcoin. Overall speaking, Bitcoin is still running in the rising wedge, but it remains a bearish pattern because you can find that the rise is less and less from its highest point. There are 3 points for verification, both up here and down here. So if the future market SPX reaches resistance here and pull back, then Bitcoin will fall below this very important daily rising trend line. Why do I say so? Because as you can see, when we look back at history, we can see that the structure of a correction in the previous 2 parts was a very important uptrend line. If the trend line is broken here, then the composite man may start to gradually start selling. And finally, Bitcoin will fall below this last support and then boom, Bitcoin will dump. So the long orders I'm having are all day trades or ultra short-term trades, and I close them all. The only thing we can be sure of is that the buying power is weakening, and the situation is not helping Bitcoin to rise. It has now broken below the rising trend line, and in the short term, it is taking a small downward channel and has now broken upward. It may continue to test the resistance of 25k, and the resistance 25k has been tested many times. The selling power above will be eaten up. The resistance of 25k will be broken, and pay attention to the potential of level of Fibonacci 618. If a higher high is created in the future, many people's short orders will be triggered stop loss at that time. And finally, we need to focus on whether Bitcoin will break through the entire rising wedge and come to the range of 26k to 27k. And don't be so sure that Bitcoin will plummet when it does not fall below this rising trend line. And then the 2 more important targets below are 22k 574 and 23k 635. Those 2 important supports, and always pay attention to this rising trend line. Then another reason I think it's difficult for Bitcoin to rise is what happened with Bitcoin dominance. Because for now, as you can see, Ethereum and many altcoins are rising more rapidly in the entire crypto market. So many composite men are in altcoins when nobody cares Bitcoin. This unusual rise will be used by Mr. Market for manipulation. Often, when Bitcoin dominance reaches 39% to 40%, the altcoin will be at its last climax of the rise. At this time, there will be a lot of people FOMO. So wait until when Bitcoin starts to be weakened and fall. Then funds will flow back to Bitcoin, and altcoins usually plummet at this time. So everyone should be careful. Don't FOMO to open orders again after it rises a lot. No investment products keep rising all the time. Now we shift to SPX. There is a certain resistance at this 4308. You can see that the daily candle closed below the resistance level. Then the current Fibonacci 66 resistance level is still valid. Whether there will be a callback here, we should look at the closing candle of the SPX today. If the red candle is lower than the opening price of the previous candles at 42.90, then there is a confirmation signal of a callback. At this time, Bitcoin will be more likely to fall below the rising trend line. There are also bearish divergence. SPX goes up and the volume comes down. They are not favorable for the SPX to rise. Finally, let's briefly talk about Ethereum. For now, I only focus on Ethereum Bitcoin pair. Everyone is optimistic about this line. If it comes back and it is lower than this line, it means that Ethereum is weakening. So we must pay attention to the risks here. We are in a rebound of a bear market. The rebound will be very tempting, but if you have a try, your wallet might get hurt. So the above is my trading plan and my views are for references only. If you like my video and think helpful for you to trade, do subscribe, give a like and share. Thank you very much for watching and see you next video.